Building your first drone. An exciting adventure. Hey there, drone enthusiasts. Ready to dive into the awesome world of DIY drone building? It's easier than you think. Building your own drone is super rewarding. You get to learn how it all works from the inside out. Plus, it's a ton of fun. In this guide, we'll go step by step. I'll be your co-pilot on this journey. We'll start with the basics and build a drone that can really fly. Get ready to learn, build, and let your creativity take flight.
Welcome to this exciting adventure of building your very own drone. Let's get started.
Before we start building, let's gather our tools and parts. This is a crucial step to ensure a smooth and enjoyable building experience. Think of it like getting your workbench ready for an awesome project. Here's what you'll need. A well-organized workspace can make all the difference. Frame. The skeleton of your drone. It holds everything together. Without a sturdy frame, your drone won't be able to support all the other components. Motors. These spin the propellers and make your drone fly. They are the muscles of your drone, providing the necessary thrust to lift off and maneuver. Electronic speed controllers, ESCs. They control the speed of the motors. Think of them as the nerves, sending signals to the motors to adjust their speed. Power distribution board. Distributes power from the battery to the drone. This ensures that each component gets the right amount of power to function properly. Flight controller. The brain of your drone, keeping it stable in the air. It processes data from sensors and makes real-time adjustments to keep your drone balanced. Battery. Gives your drone the power it needs to fly. Without a reliable battery, your drone won't be able to stay in the air for long. Receiver receives signals from your remote control. This allows you to control your drone's movements from a distance. Propellers. These create lift and move your drone through the air. They are essential for both takeoff and navigation. Don't worry, we'll talk about each part in detail as we go along. Understanding each component will help you troubleshoot any issues that arise. Now that we have our tools and parts, let's start building. This is where the fun begins, and you'll see your drone come to life piece by piece.
Yeah, and make sure to organize everything neatly. A clutter-free workspace helps you focus and reduces the risk of losing small parts. It makes the building process so much smoother. You'll be able to find what you need quickly and avoid unnecessary frustration. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. A well-organized toolkit is the first step to a successful drone building experience.
The frame is the foundation of your drone. It's like the chassis of a car. It provides structure and support for all the other components. Drone frames come in different shapes and sizes. For beginners, I recommend a simple and durable frame made of carbon fiber or plastic. These materials are lightweight and strong, perfect for a beginner drone. Assembling the frame is usually straightforward. Most frames come with instructions. You'll typically need a screwdriver to connect the frame arms to the body. Make sure all the connections are tight and secure. A sturdy frame is crucial for a stable and reliable drone.
And don't forget, a well-built frame not only supports your drone, but also protects all the sensitive components inside. So take your time and get it right.
Motors are the muscles of your drone, providing the power to lift off and soar through the air. Without them, your drone would be grounded, unable to perform any of its amazing aerial maneuvers. We'll be using brushless motors for our build. These motors are known for their durability and efficiency, making them the ideal choice for both beginners and experienced drone enthusiasts. They're powerful, efficient, and perfect for drones. Brushless motors have fewer moving parts compared to brushed motors, which means they generate less heat and have a longer lifespan. Each motor needs to be mounted on a specific arm of the frame. This ensures that the drone's weight is evenly distributed, which is crucial for stable flight. The way we mount them determines the direction the propellers spin. Proper alignment is essential to ensure that the drone can maneuver correctly. This is super important for controlling the drone. Incorrectly mounted motors can lead to erratic flight patterns and potential crashes. We'll have 2 motors spinning clockwise and 2 spinning counterclockwise. This configuration helps in maintaining balance and stability during flight. This opposite rotation creates balanced lift and allows your drone to fly smoothly. It also helps in executing precise turns and maneuvers. Make sure to follow the instructions carefully when mounting the motors and securing them with screws. Tighten the screws firmly, but be cautious not to over-tighten, as this could damage the motor or the frame. Exactly. And remember, the correct motor orientation is key to a stable flight. Misaligned motors can cause the drone to drift or wobble, making it difficult to control. Double-check everything before moving on to the next step. Ensure that all connections are secure and that there are no loose wires. It's these small details that make a big difference in performance. Taking the time to get everything right during assembly will pay off with a drone that flies reliably and responds well to your commands. Section 5. ESCs, the brains behind the motors. Now let's talk about electronic speed controllers, or ESCs. These clever components control the speed of the motors, making sure they spin at the right RPMs for smooth and stable flight. Each motor needs its own ESC. We'll connect the ESCs to the motors using the 3 wires coming out of each. The wires might be different colors, so double-check the instructions to make sure you're connecting them correctly. Once the ESCs are wired to the motors, we need to secure them to the drone's frame. You can use zip ties or double-sided tape for this. Keep the wires organized. It will make things easier later on. Section 6. Power up. Connecting the distribution board. The power distribution board is like the heart of your drone, pumping energy to all the essential components. It takes power from the battery and distributes it to the ESCs and the flight controller. We'll connect the positive, red, and negative, black wires from the battery to the corresponding terminals on the power distribution board. Then, we'll connect the ESCs to the board. Each ESC will have its own set of positive and negative terminals. Again, double-check the wiring diagram in the instructions to ensure everything is connected correctly. Section 7. Flight controller. Your drone's central nervous system. The flight controller is the brain of your drone. It's responsible for processing sensor data and controlling the motors to keep your drone stable and responsive to your commands. We'll carefully mount the flight controller onto the drone's frame using double-sided tape or foam pads. Next, we'll connect the ESCs to the flight controller. Each ESC will have a signal wire, usually white or yellow, that needs to be connected to a specific port on the flight controller.
The flight controller also needs to be connected to the receiver, which receives signals from your remote control. We'll connect the receiver to the flight controller using a dedicated port.
Section 8. Battery and receiver. Fueling the flight. Time to talk about the battery and receiver. The battery provides the juice to power your drone, and the receiver allows you to control it remotely. We'll connect the battery to the power distribution board using the XT60 connector. Make sure the polarity is correct. Red to positive, black to negative. An incorrect connection could damage your drone's electronics. Next, we'll securely mount the receiver to the drone's frame using double-sided tape or zip ties. Make sure the receiver's antenna has a clear line of sight for optimal signal reception. Section 9. Propeller power, getting your drone airborne. Now for the exciting part, attaching the propellers. These beauties create the lift that gets your drone off the ground. Remember how we mounted the motors to spin clockwise and counterclockwise? The propellers also have a specific direction. We'll have 2 clockwise propellers and 2 counterclockwise propellers. Make sure to match the correct propeller type to the corresponding motor. Most propellers have markings indicating their rotation direction. Align the propeller with the motor shaft and tighten it down securely. Section 10. Pre-flight checklist and first flight excitement. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the culmination of all your hard work and dedication. Congratulations, you've built your very own drone. This is no small feat and you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Before we take it for its maiden voyage, let's do a quick pre-flight check. Safety first. This ensures that your drone will fly smoothly and without any unexpected issues. Check all connections. Make sure everything is securely plugged in and there are no loose wires. Loose connections can lead to malfunctions mid-flight. Inspect the propellers. Ensure the propellers are free from damage and securely attached to the motors. Damaged propellers can cause instability and even crashes. Calibrate the flight controller. This ensures your drone knows its orientation and can maintain stability. Proper calibration is key to a successful flight. Charge the battery. A fully charged battery is essential for a successful flight. Make sure to double-check the battery level before taking off. Now, find a wide open space, away from obstacles and people. This will give you plenty of room to maneuver and enjoy your flight without any risks. With your remote control in hand, slowly increase the throttle and watch as your creation lifts off the ground. Feel the excitement as it hovers and responds to your commands. It's an amazing feeling seeing something you built with your own hands take flight. The sense of accomplishment and joy is truly unparalleled. Enjoy every moment of this incredible experience.
Section 11. Taking to the skies and beyond. Building your first drone is a huge accomplishment, but the fun doesn't stop there. Now that you've got the basics down, you can explore the endless possibilities of DIY drone building.
Experiment with different frames, motors, and propellers. Learn to program your drone for autonomous flight. Join a local drone club and share your passion with other enthusiasts. The sky's the limit.
Remember, building a drone is a journey of learning and discovery. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, troubleshoot problems, and try new things. And most importantly, have fun. See you in the air.